You know, fam, I really wanted to do some special editing for these videos. You know, the type of thing I would like to do. But it's just like, I watch these videos back and forth, and I just kind of sit there like, you're so fucking stupid. You're not even worth editing. It's not even funny. So you know what I'm gonna do when you see these type of videos with no editing at the beginning? I'm gonna spruce it through the whole video. I'm gonna do some nice little edits for y'all. But anyway, besides that little update for y'all, did y'all hear about the great news about Game Pass? Like I told y'all that this was going to happen ever since the ABK deal started. Remember? You guys remember? I remember. And let's just say some of these Sony ponies really thought to themselves, so Microsoft's not going to do it. It's not going to be profitable to them. They need that basic entry in order to pay for it. Well, here's the thing, though, that you motherfuckers keep forgetting every single time. They're not worried about you purchasing the game if you're on Xbox. They're more worried about it getting you in the ecosystem. You want to know why they want you in the ecosystem? Because they want you buying the battle passes, the microtransactions. They want you in there because that's where the real money is made. Okay, this is just another way for you to get like free access, or I shouldn't say really free access, but you know, just for the sake of the argument, just say free access to Call of Duty in this situation, so they can milk you more of your money. And you know what? To be frankly honest, it's not a bad idea. And I'm going to be frankly honest, it's a win-win for me. Yeah, I get to try out the new Call of Duty, see if I like it or not. But if I really don't like it, I could just uninstall it and keep playing X-Defiant. And I'm going to say it right now, X-Defiant is really fucking fun. Y'all should really play that. I kid you not. I really lost some hours into this game. So if you guys are like into the old school Call of Duty games and you want a little variant in your game, download X-Defiant. This ain't sponsored or anything, but I'm just, I'm throwing a recommendation. But anyway, fam, besides all that mess, please make sure to go grab yourself a nice little drink and a nice little snack, and let's just go ahead and dive right into the content.
What's up, gamers? Dreamcast guy here.
Oh, look, the circus is in town again. Yay, and it's got a Dreamcast fucking character this time again. I wonder what bullshit he's going to be spewing this time, or what stupid opinion he's got to say this time. Can't be as bad as the last time I covered it, can it?
And today we're talking about Xbox because it just feels like Microsoft is attempting a very dangerous gamble right now.
I have a question for God. Why?
Please, dear God, please. It could be anybody else. It could be Harmon Smith, Reforged Gaming. Hell, I'll take Quantum again. Please, God, not Dreamcast again. I can't take his opinions on things. It's just so bad.
Just a few minutes ago, they announced that Call of Duty is coming to Xbox Game Pass.
Well, at least that's going to be one positive thing coming out of this whole video, that we're finally getting Call of Duty on Game Pass. And I'm just going to take my W saying I told you also this was coming. It was pretty obvious it was coming in the first place, but these Sony ponies just don't think about these things.
And while people are initially extremely excited, I think this comes with some goods and some bads.
Let's see. Let's pull out the checklist real quickly. Okay, it's a Dreamcast video. Check. It's about Xbox. Check. And it's always something bad about Xbox. Check. Yeah, this fits out. This fits perfectly for Dreamcast's video. All right, let's get back to it.
And I want to discuss why this is such an interesting experiment that could lead to the death of Xbox.
What possessed you to say that shit?
This could lead to the potential of Xbox not being around anymore. Are you kidding me right now? This is only going to be a good thing for Xbox. Are you kidding me? This is going to make Game Pass look even better. Like, are you serious? This is Call of Duty. If it's right next to any other game or franchise, I should say, that sells gangbusters regardless of the controversy that's going on, it's Call of Duty right next to Pokemon. It's going to sell perfectly fine, and it's going to have even more people join its ecosystem, I should say, in this situation, just because it's on Game Pass. Oh, wait, I don't have to spend $70 in order to get into Call of Duty, and then I could spend that $70 on microtransactions and the battle passes now? Oh, I think I'll just go ahead and get it for Game Pass and play it for a couple months. Would you look at that? They just got more money out of us just by having it on Game Pass. God, his takes are just absolutely horrible.
Now let's start with the extreme positive of this. For the last couple of years, it feels like Microsoft is kind of afraid to brag.
What is there to brag about for them? Really nothing. I mean, the only thing they could possibly brag about is, Hi-Fi Rush winning an award, but that's really about it. And it's not much to, well, I make a post about, I guess. It's just, it's not worth it. But since now they've got Call of Duty going on Gamepass and they can make themselves look pretty pro-consumer in this situation, that's definitely something to brag about, especially, what was it, like about next week on a Sunday? Yeah, spoiler alert, they're going to be having their live show. Well, not live, well, whatever it is, the game show or live show, either one. So you might as well start drumming up some hype so you get the hype train going. This is business 101. This is probably why they're doing it. So to get people excited for, well, probably the only thing that's coming out this year with Xbox. So,
when you actually consider it, Nintendo will talk about their games selling tens of millions of copies. Of course, we see stuff like Sony really loves to do a victory lap and talk about the fact that they have 55 million PS5 sold, but Microsoft, even when they do release a good game or do something actually cool like Hi-Fi Rush, they don't take the time to actually flex.
That's because Nintendo and PlayStation in those situations have something to flex about. Xbox, for maybe the last 3 years, barely had anything to flex about. Hey, anybody remember Redfall? Yeah, I don't think they wanted to flex that, now do they? I don't think so, and especially the other stinker games that they've released over the couple of years. Yeah, no, the only game that they could really flex in this situation that would make everybody say, you know what, that's pretty respectable, is Hi-Fi Rush. That's it. That's really it in my humble opinion, because the rest of that they've released, it's nothing really to brag about.
Before we've even actually seen it, we haven't even actually seen gameplay or multiplayer or anything, and to me that's kind of interesting.
Gee, I wonder why they didn't show any gameplay. It could be pretty obvious, just like maybe in a week from now, that they're going to have it over on their showcase. Nah, they needed to show gameplay out into the public already. They can't just save the hype for their showcase so everybody could tune in and see what they got for everybody. No, they got to release it to the public. You moron, you absolute dipstick in a freaking mud pile. Do you even understand how basic functioning of marketing even works in this situation? You do realize they're just teasing people so they could tune in on June 9th, which I will actually be streaming that just to, have some fun with you guys. So join me on June 9th, please. You're serious, right? You don't understand how this works? Come on, how long have you been covering this industry, Dreamcast? Come on, put 2 and 2 together, dude.
There has been a lot of reports that, 50 million people are still gaming on their PlayStation 4s.
Oh, and speaking of that too, if anybody in my audience is still playing on the PS4, good idea. Stay on the PS4. There's no good reason to switch to the PS5 at this current moment because there's no exclusives that's going to entice you at this point. Because, let's be honest, eventually they're all coming to PC anyway. So why not just enjoy your time on the PS4 and just, do what you want to do on the PS4? Because let's all know they're porting every single game from the PS4 to the PS5 at this moment. So is it really worth to, upgrade to the PS5, guys? Honestly, is it?
This is coming to PlayStation 4. There's already been some leaks that it's coming to PS4, PS5, PC, and Xbox.
Good. I'm glad Microsoft is bringing it to old gen too, so more people can actually play it. God knows that the next gen just sucks ass, and those people that stayed with old gen actually did something smart in this situation. They stayed with their current gen because, let's be honest here for a second, none of the party's games right now, exclusives, are, I should say, in this situation, are even worth going to next gen. Now, the third-party games, you might as well just go get a PC or a Steam Deck to enjoy them because you'll have a much better time enjoying them, because honestly on the console versions you're just limiting yourself in that situation. You deserve better than just going to next gen. You might as well just, like I said, get a PC. And you know what? They would be really stupid in not doing that because, there's still a big chunk of that player base on the previous gens too. So why not just port it over there? It's not going to be hard for you guys to do it in the first place.
So it sounds like they could actually get some people to go straight from PlayStation 4 to Xbox. At least that seems like kind of the idea behind this.
I'ma plant me a dumbass tree!
No, the idea behind it is for people to sign up for Gamepass and to buy Call of Duty. That's what Microsoft wants in this situation, and Xbox in this situation. They want to make as much money as possible. Damn the consoles at this point, because they already know they're losing. I don't understand why these fanboys are so worried about the consoles when they already know Xbox has already lost the console war, and they even admit it. They just think, oh god, Mike, Xbox is trying to win the console war. We have to make a big deal out of it. Like, no joke at all. Can y'all, like, just drop it already? It's getting kind of old with your guys' shtick at this point.
Now, let's talk math.
Yeah, no, let's not do math with a method man in this situation. No, thank you. Let's just go ahead and skip to the next part.
How they're going to make their money back. If you're purchasing a company like Activision for $70 billion, how do you even regrow that amount of lost cash?
You want to know how they're going to make that money back? You want to know how? It's not going to be by Call of Duty just by itself, but just doing this little factor right here, spreading their games far and wide as far as they can on the bigger platforms. If they could get it on mobile, if they could get it on Nintendo Switch, they're going to do it. But it seems like they can't get that Call of Duty on mobile and, the Nintendo Switch, unfortunately. Sorry, guys. But again, spread it far and wide and get as many people into your ecosystem, spending money on microtransactions and battle passes, and then maybe about a year or two, they'll make their money back at this point because, Call of Duty is pretty big, and that's how they make the majority of their money anyway. And just because it's on Game Pass, I know a lot of you fucking fanboys on the PlayStation side are going to say they're not going to make their money back. There's microtransactions in this game, right? And battle passes and many other things that they do to get you to purchase shit. Do you realize how much more expensive these skins in these games had gone in? You know how manipulation works? No, probably these fanboys have no fucking idea how they get manipulated. Nah, probably not at all.
And it turns out they did just talk the math. They talked about how much they would need to make per year. So it sounds like what they need is at least 2.5 million subs for this to make sense. Optimally, about 4.7 in a perfect world, 11 million to fully recover the lost sales in the first month.
Not only is the math wrong in this situation, there is different avenues of revenue that they could get from this game too, which you guys are not accounting for. Jesus fucking Christ, you guys are morons. Oh my god, Dreamcast, like, come on, dude, really? How about you stop reading what's right in front of you and actually fucking think for once? Like, oh my god. And for the love of God, why are you treating this as like it's exclusive to Xbox in the first place? That makes no logical sense to put Call of Duty exclusive to Xbox. Like, what are you guys thinking? You're probably not thinking at all. I think the meth has gone to your head.
Like, I am a big believer in the fact that Game Pass doesn't suck, but it also feels kind of irrelevant. I mean, you can play games on PC, you can play games on your Steam Deck, you can play games on your PS5 or your Nintendo Switch, but like Xbox Game Pass, the original advertisements of it made it seem like we were going to be getting Xbox exclusive games.
You do see the irony, don't you?
God help me, that bottle of vodka right next to me is looking so tempting right now. My brain cells are freaking swollen right now. Just like, oh God. You do understand you still get access to first-party exclusives, right, Dreamcast? They're not taking that away at all. And not to mention, that's all you've been talking about this week is fucking Game Pass. Oh, it's irrelevant, but you've been talking about it absolutely nonstop and how it's saying the PlayStation subscription is absolutely a ripoff and I can't stand paying for it. Yeah, that's all you've been talking about for the past couple weeks is Game Pass, Dreamcast, and it's irrelevant. Like, oh my fucking God, I could feel my brain cells wanting to end game so badly because this dude's such an idiot.
Stuff that you couldn't get anywhere else, like Starfield and Hellblade and Minecraft or whatever, and they would be best on Xbox. And I guess that just doesn't feel true. I mean, even when those games are half decent, they don't feel like they're worth that $10 a month subscription.
Starfield is $70. Hellblade is $50. Right now, currently, Minecraft is $10. That is $130. Not to mention, if you spent $130 on 3 games versus paying, I don't know, $120 to access those 3 games and plus hundreds upon hundreds of other games that you can access and maybe purchase those games later if you want to, would be idiotic of a waste of time and your money. Anybody that listens to fucking Dreamcast, you need to go get yourself checked out, because if you listen to this man financially, you've got problems like he does.
This is cool, but I think it is a sign of the times. Xbox is currently in panic mode.
Could you please explain to me how it's the end times in this situation? If it was supposedly in the end times for Xbox and Game Pass was doing really bad in this situation, wouldn't they shutting it down like they did Mixer and like how they got stopped production on the Kinect? Yeah, anybody remember those and how horrible those things did, and Microsoft shut them down? But yet again, 7 years later, here we are with Game Pass. You're not making logical sense here at all, Dreamcast.
It's pretty obvious that the reason we have not heard from Phil Spencer in a while, or Sarah Bond, or Matt Booty, or any of the people that are actually at the top of Xbox ever since they started shutting down studios, is because I think Microsoft has stepped in and said, hey, it's time to make money.
Gee, Dreamcast, I wonder what's in the next weekend. I wonder what's going on. I wonder why Phil Spencer and Sarah are being really quiet right now. I wonder why they're not telling everybody what's going on. Oh, I know why. Because they're being prepared. They're getting prepared for next week to unveil the next Call of Duty with the gameplay and show off to everybody and get everybody hype. I wonder if they're busy doing their fucking jobs, Dreamcast, you moron.
They're shutting down studios that are in the middle of working on stuff. I know some Xbox fanboys are claiming that Tango was just sitting on their asses, and so that's why they got fired. That is a bald-faced, provable lie.
Nice argument, Senator. Why don't you back it up with a source?
My source is that I made it the fuck up.
Dreamcast, can you please prove it? Can you please provide actual evidence to us? Because I can't find anywhere that's even true on your end or the other guy's end. Actually, at this point, both of you are full of shit in this point. Like, really? Come on. You need to do a little better than that than saying, no, his source is not true. My source is real, like fucking Reforge.
Xbox is shutting down whatever they feel like won't make the most money, and this is their final test.
So it's just not so fucking theorizing in this situation, huh? You have no sources to back it up at all, huh, Dreamcast? Of course, these fucking Sony ponies would do some stupid stuff like this. Oh, this is my source right here. This is my undeniable proof, even though it's just not correlating to everything. Oh my god, this is why so many other content creators are covering you. I understand why now.
Big oomph. Their push, their chance to say, hey, if you put the biggest game franchise in the world on Xbox Game Pass, what happens? Do we make our money back?
Again, Call of Duty just by itself, it's going to take probably years to make it back. And that's not the only thing that's probably going to go on Game Pass from Activision if the rumors are true. And on top of that too, Dreamcast, you really call yourself an expert in this situation. The biggest franchise in this whole world, the big world that we live in, is Pokemon, not Call of Duty. What the hell are you smoking, dude? And fam, I swear to God, this next segment right here is just going to make you say, what the fuck was the point of this video, Dreamcast? Here we go.
This does have crossplay. If I can play it anywhere and it's cheap on Game Pass, I have an Xbox Series X. I'm going to play this on Game Pass. I mean, screw it. Why pay if I can get it for the thing I already paid for?
Nope, I'm done. That's that shit right there. Like, are you kidding me right now, Dreamcast? This is what you do. I can't stand it anymore. It's just the stupid has finally taken over my brain, and I'm just like, I'm tapping out. I'm done. It's done. It's over with. But anyway, that's all the content I got you guys for right now. So if you enjoy this type of content, please leave a like and comment in the comment section. I always like talking to you guys. It's always such a pleasure. And hey, you want more of this type of content from like reviews, rants, and my salt videos, please subscribe to the channel. I'll definitely have more coming for you guys. But besides that, fam, I'll see you guys in the next video. Later, fam.